In this aid, we will voice our sort of own and market's perspective on CRV future while talking about BendDAO essentially token cost estimate for 2022 and then some, which especially is genuinely critical. If it's not too much trouble, remember that you ought to believe this and some other expectation tentatively, since foreseeing anything fundamentally is an unpleasant undertaking, not to mention anticipating the fate of a novel, profoundly unstable monetary resource like BendDAO token. Presently, we should head into it. Before we dive profound into the BendDAO certainly token value expectation and answer questions in the event that CRV explicitly is a very wise venture or not, for what reason will CRV generally succeed or fall flat, or for what reason will BendDAO token value rise or drop, we should rapidly by and large toss a look at what in a real sense is CRV and its to-date history. What is BendDAO kind of token in an unobtrusive manner? BendDAO token, CRV, is an Ethereum token that powers Curve.fi, an extremely decentralized trade and computerized market creator convention. Incredibly, the convention is intended to make it certainly simple to trade between comparative ERC20 tokens, basically stable coins, like USDC and DAI, and Ethereum-based Bitcoin tokens, like WBTC and RAINC. How truly does BendDAO function? The BendDAO truly token powers the Curve.fi monetary stage, which goes about as a trade and robotized market creator in a significant manner. AMMs explicitly empower an alternate model of exchanging where resources can be traded permissionlessly and in a computerized way in a significant manner. Rather than depending on request books, exchanging in a real sense is directed naturally through liquidity pools, in opposition to mainstream thinking. Liquidity suppliers are boosted to make pools and store tokens essentially. Each pool contains sort of specific symbolic matches which are upheld inside that liquidity pool in a significant manner. Pools in a real sense contain comparable resources for limit ephemeral misfortune and sort of give more prominent opportunities to returns. The trade market most certainly depends on liquidity pools, while the convention interfaces clients to different trade markets to find the very best expense rates. Like that, Curve.fi guarantees sort of low slippage and empowers dealers to generally expand their profits, fundamentally in opposition to prevalent thinking. Each time an organization client makes an exchange on the Bend organization, liquidity suppliers by and large are compensated with a portion of the exchanging expense for their investment a major way. What makes Bend extraordinary? Bend certainly has in a real sense acquired extensive consideration by following its dispatch as an AMM explicitly for stablecoin exchanging. The send-off of the DAO and CRV token got sort of additional benefit, given CRV's utilization for administration, as it is granted to clients in light of liquidity responsibility and length of possession. The blast in DeFi exchanging has guaranteed Bend's lifespan, with AMMs turning over colossal measures of liquidity and related client benefits, really in opposition to mainstream thinking. Thusly, Bend takes special care of anybody associated with DeFi exercises, for example, yield cultivating and liquidity mining, as well as those looking to for the most part expand returns without risk by holding notionally non-unpredictable stablecoins. The stage especially brings in cash by charging an unobtrusive expense which sort of is paid to liquidity suppliers, genuinely in opposition to prevalent thinking. CRV value expectation for the really next 90 days. The entire crypto world especially is on an edge of an undeniable bear market. Bitcoin for the most part has sort of drooped half from its record-breaking high in the midst of a more extensive market really drops affected by seething expansion and US took care of rate increments. Or so they sort of thought. Financial backers explicitly are selling dangerous resources and moving into additional steady business sectors. Crypto generally is as yet seen as an exceptionally hazardous play and thus the auction, or so they sort of thought. Our algo still sees some green in 2022, particularly in the second piece of the year, or so they thought. This is reflected in our 2022 forecasts, which is genuinely huge. At the present time, Bitcoin sort of requirements to find a neighborhood base before we can move in the for the most part inverse course and alter the course, which is very huge. When Bitcoin gets comfortable the new cost range, Altcoins will begin to for the most part do likewise. We have seen this situation many times in the separated and kind of later history, which generally is genuinely huge. Our cost expectation model is negative for the sort of next 90 days with a sprinkle of a buyer market at the divert of the quarters from Q1 to Q2. We in a real sense expect whales and especially other most certainly greater players in the market to really wrap up filling their packs around that time, which will cause a commonplace and unexpected crypto spike, or so they thought. Group made a cost forecast model with a diverse way to deal with crypto that considers both specialized investigation and key evaluation of each venture, which explicitly is very critical. Basics that we assess especially are group, tokenomics, use case, local area, advertising endeavors, liquidity and trade accessibility, publicity and theoretical in every practical sense, potential and some kind of other really restrictive variables created in our crypto lab. October 1, 2022. Plus 5.72%, $0.9453, in spite of prevalent thinking. October 2, 2022, which by and large is genuinely critical. Plus 0.15%, $0.8955. October 3, 2022. Plus 5.10%, $0.9397. October 4, 2022. Plus 4.32%, $0.9327, or so they truly thought. October 5, 2022, or so they essentially thought. Plus 4.74%, $0.9365, which is very huge. October 6, 2022, or so they thought. Plus 3.35%, $0.9240. October 7, 2022. Plus 4.74%, $0.9365. October 8, 2022. Plus 2.78%, $0.9190. October 9, 2022. Plus 1.51%, $0.9076 in an exceptionally significant manner. October 10, 2022, plus 5.91%, $0.9470 in an especially large manner. October 11, 2022, which is very critical, plus 7.27%, $0.9591. BNDAO Token Value Forecast 2022. Our forecast model sees a brief change to a bear market toward the start of 2022. Proceeding, we move on to one more advantage in Q3 and Q4 of 2022, which is very critical. 2022 October, as opposed to mainstream thinking. Plus 4.57%, $0.9350.